march on the UN next year. 2 million of our brothers and sisters from around the world. It's going to be the first ever march on the UN for gay and lesbian rights. And we're here starting today trying to get people to get interested and realize what's going to happen here in our city next year. And we're going to host one great fucking party.
Gay Pride Parade, New York City, 1993. Fresh from the march in Washington, in anticipation of the Gay Games and Stonewall 25, thousands of lesbians, gays, and their friends came out on Fifth Avenue to celebrate their pride.
What are your feelings about what has happened in the gay community for the past 25 years?
I feel that we've grown a lot and we've been pushing forward more and more and coming together and uniting. And I just hope that in the future, you know, we grow a lot stronger and we bond together and we fight all the forces that are against us.
It's remarkable the strides that we have made. I feel really good and terrific about to be able to have lived during that period where the word lesbian and gay was wasn't a family name. Now it is. And many families and many people are being united through such events as this and really have a true understanding of what Stonewall meant.
We have truly shown that a community can, from its own roots, build truly powerful, caring, community-based organizations, both in terms of the struggle for our civil rights, in terms for our legal rights, and in terms of the struggle for a cure for AIDS and for compassionate care for AIDS. I think we have taught a great lesson to the country at large that you have to have a sense of volunteerism to really band together and take care of your community.
I think we have to take a day like today to reflect on how far we've come, even if we don't win the ban on lesbians and gay men in the military. We've won because we've been on the front page of every newspaper in the nation. We're on TV all the time, and so there's a whole generation of lesbian and gay kids that are going to grow up knowing that there are wonderful people like you and I out there who can be role models and who can really make it okay and even better than okay to be gay or lesbian.
I'm thrilled that we're giving the proper amount of attention to Stonewall. It started not only the modern gay and lesbian civil rights movement, but out of that, I think a lot of energy has come for the AIDS movement and self-empowerment for all people.
I think we've come a long way, but we're not praising enough of our active leaders. We seem to put down a lot of the people who do a lot of the best work, and the people who are here to party seem to be able to sort of slack off. We need to be able to take the people who have the initiative to do the good work and to be able to honor and praise them more.
I've noticed that there's much more harmony in terms of, yes, you know, we're people, we have problems, we love each other, and we're going to work out those problems.
Actually, people have begun to emerge and express themselves in a lot of different ways. You see the diversity of the community today, but we've got a long way to go. I think even non-gay people have a long way to go, especially in learning to care for and love each other and accept each other.
Become a real political force. People have to reckon with this now. They can't ignore us. They can't say, oh, it's only a small group of people. We're very active, we're very involved, and we're in the mainstream now, I believe.
We'd be very happy to talk to them. We want the same thing for all our children, gay and straight.
What made you start the organization?
Well, my son and I marched in 1972 with my son. And so I was the only parent. I had a sign, parents of gays support our children. And so many people applauded and made such a fuss that we realized there was a need to help people understand that gay is good, that their children are good and great. And so my son and my husband and I started the organization. And it has flourished, as you see. It's now international.
How big is it now?
There must be close to 100 organizations throughout this country, several in Canada, in Hawaii, in England, in Holland. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how big it is exactly, but it's very large and influential. What's more important than loving your own child?
What is their biggest concern in terms of their children? Is it what society will say about them, or is it HIV, perhaps?
I guess parents worry about their children, how they're treated. They feel their children are as good as anyone else and should not be treated any differently, should have the same rights. And of course we worry about HIV.
Do a lot of the parents have HIV positive children?
I lost a son.
How is it coming out knowing that AIDS was out there and maybe because of your lifestyle you might be able to get it?
I don't think my lifestyle has anything to do with catching AIDS. I think anyone, is susceptible to catching AIDS, whether you're straight, gay, bisexual, it doesn't matter. Even if you're abstinent, you can catch AIDS, so that had nothing to do with it.
What about for young people? How do you relate the message of safer sex to them?
I think it's really hard for young people because they don't get the kind of education that they need when they first come out if they're gay or straight. They go right into, having sex, experimenting, and it's really hard, it's really difficult to know, how to protect yourself and how to do the right thing. And I think that, it hurts me a lot, and it's really profound to me that there's so many young people out there that really need education and our society's not doing anything for them.
I think it's really important for all of us in the community working on AIDS to take a look at how we take money from if we take money from pharmaceutical companies to do our work, and if we do, how do we do it, and how can we set some guidelines to make sure that that money doesn't influence the message that we put out to people.
Do you think that's already happening?
No, I think that Burroughs Wellcome has done a very successful job at putting lots of money out there, and we haven't set up a system of checks and balances about it, and we need to do some talking about what it means. The news is really bad. We have to really look at it and say, this is really bad news. These drugs are shit. They don't do half as what we thought they would do, and we never thought they were that good in the first place. I think we need to pump more money into basic science because we've got to come up with some better drugs, and there really isn't anything better in the pipeline right now. Other than that, I think we have each other.
I don't pay attention to the news because you have to have a lot of failures before you have success, okay? So each failure is like a step closer.
What about those that are getting the education and still don't feel that they're at risk?
Those, you just have to keep getting to them, keep reminding them, and do as much as you can, but it is hard. Sometimes, denial comes with it, and you think that you're not going to be affected, or the one you love is not going to, give it to you.